won't be offended by the things that are said. Playing devil's advocate, and I want here to judge you. That's what your truth thoughts you will swear out to love you. Everybody's listening, nobody's tripping. Just like you crazy, everybody's flipping. This life so crazy. Run and tell your friends you on the right side. There's no need to pretend. This an open forum, never done before. There's a future missing. This is a no cousins think to learn something, no bugging. No extra charge to switch for be buzzing. We don't really care if you're right or you're wrong. Just tune into this, kick it whichever time it's on.
At some point, you will be offended by something said on this show. But playing devil's advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of the host or of the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly even ourselves. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and for the next 120 minutes, we are going to educate you. That means for the next 2 hours, you're going to be educated and entertained. We have a great show lined up for you today. We haven't done one of these in quite some time, and I'm really, really excited about it. I just can't. I'm over the moon. But before we can do any of that, I need to let you know, if this is your first time ever watching us, we're here every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. to you guys on the East Coast. If you miss a live broadcast, you can come back to our channel and watch any of those shows, comment there, or you can follow us and tweet us and do all of those things because we are fully interactive. If you're watching this right now, you know we have an interactive chat room. Also, you can tweet us live in real time at PDA_Miss KiKi. That's PDA_MSKIKI. Or you can post to our Facebook wall at facebook.com/Playing Devil's Advocate. And you can do that now, during the show, after the show, all through the week. It doesn't matter. We want to hear from you, right? Simple as that, right? And also, if you want to find out about any of our hosts, our co-hosts, our guests, our experts, any of that good stuff, you can always go to KiKiRichardson.com, and there you'll be able to find us all there, and you'll be able to listen to any of our archive shows before we actually went video and it was all audio. We had some good stuff because I've been going back listening, and I'm like, damn, those are some good shows. Or you can also, well, I should say, and you can also purchase Playing Devil's Advocate merchandise, Key Square merchandise. You can get a copy of my book, The Other Woman Code of Conduct, What Every Other Woman Should Know, and Men Too. Don't be fooled by the cover or the title. Don't miss it. You can get it right there on KiKiRichardson.com. But before I can go any further into the things that we have going on tonight, I need to bring on my cast of characters that ride shotgun with me each and every week. Okay, so first up, let's see here. She hails from my hometown, the Windy City. She is a fallen angel, and if you don't know how or why she fell from grace, ladies and gentlemen, she coined phrases like lube is for amateurs. Either you rub it out or I suck it out. I'm just saying, these are her words, not mine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Sporty Spunky Angel. What's up, girl?
What up, girl? Look at you.
I know. I said I was gonna do something a little funky. I got my little biker chick.
What we doing now? Come on.
I'm doing my biker chick thing today.
All right. That's sexy.
Give you my Tina Turner shoulder.
Oh,
Okay.
Right. Business. Come on.
Oh, what's love got to do?
I'll
All right.
see my girly self.
All right. So next up, he hails also from our hometown, the Windy City, but he kicks it every single weekend at the Mandalay Bay, where he's kissing babies and he is signing autographs. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know him, y'all love him. He is an author, an entrepreneur, the intermittent fast king of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Mr. The Rob Carter. What's going on, Daddy-O?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man,
I missed y'all last week.
yeah, we missed you too. We had quite a conversation talking about religion last week.
Yes.
I think if we hadn't lost our religion, they might have kicked us out.
Man, bro, them arms look good, dude.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So tonight's topic is a little departure from what we normally do here on Playing Devil's Advocate, right? Now, y'all saw, a lot of people saw in the title there was this, that's debatable. Now, for those of you guys who do not know, Playing Devil's Advocate means taking an opposing or unpopular view to determine whether the cause or position is valid. And since that's the name of our show, it suggests that we're always opposing a subject at hand. But this week, we're going to take a stab at both sides, right? It might seem like some of these little topics are a little random, but I just do it to kind of trip them up and see if they're on their P's, minding their P's and Q's. But I'm going to throw out some topics to Rob Carter and Sporty Spunky Angel. Or what did I call you earlier, Sporty? Sparky?
You call me Sparky or something.
Something. I mixed Sporty and Spunky together. Anyway, Sporky. I called you Sporky. Anyway, so the Rob Carter and Sporty Spunky Angel are going to go head to head tonight on That's Debatable. I'm going to throw out topics to them. I'm going to tell them whether they're yay or nay. Now, just so you guys know how even crazier that I've made this here for us is that I didn't tell them what the subjects were going to be, and they don't know whether they are for it or against it. So This is going to be an interesting ride. We've done this twice on the show.
Right.
The first time we did it, we were live on location in Chicago. And the late James Hanna was with us. And when I tell you, they got upset at me, Rob, because they were like, well, I mean, I can't argue for something I don't really believe in. I'm like, what? So they were a little upset when I gave them things that they didn't naturally believe in, but I told them they were for it, but they got over it because we did another one. And that one turned out to be crazy as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and revisit a couple that we did from that very first time. And I want to see what you guys have to say. Okay.
Really?
Y'all got any questions before we go ahead?
I'm with it.
Bring it on, boss lady.
All right, I'm gonna bring it on. But that's right, Divine Stewart. We are freestyling tonight. Just so you guys know, we do have our cousin Shan, our producer's drink of the week, coming up a little bit later in the show, and we also have our Ask PDA advice letter. So don't miss that one, because I'm gonna have you guys debate the answer for that one as well. So what about this one? Rob, you are for it. Sporty, you are against it. Okay. And the topic is, should chemical castration be mandatory for sex offenders? And I'll start with you, the for, and then the against.
All right. So I'm for it. Yes. Because you're a sex offender, you don't need it anyway. You should not only should there be chemical castration, there could be literal castration. You don't need it. And you should be put in a situation where you become the assaultee. I think they should just throw you in a cell with some folks and let them get busy. So yeah, castrate them, cut them off, make them eunuchs, whatever you want to do. I'm with it. I'm for it. No reason. Cruel. It's cruel. An eye for an eye. Yes. Come on, Sporty.
Time's up. Sporty.
How in the world can you do something like that to somebody? It's bad enough that they've committed the crime and done something like that. If you're going to rehabilitate someone, you don't take away the thing that they did to cause the problem. To rehabilitate that issue, what you need to do is allow them to keep it, and to rehabilitate them, they need to learn how to still have it and have control of it. Who are you to judge them? Who are you to take away from them something that was given to them in the first place? So if they're going to already be locked away, taken away from the world, and not allowed to use what they've already taken advantage of and abused to have as a privilege and a free right in the first place, if they're going to be rehabilitated and put back into society and trusted to use it again, then why are you taking it away from it in the first place? What's wrong with you people?
Time's up.
Cut that shit off.
I get to come back, right? I get to come back a couple times, right?
We're not going to do a whole bunch of rebuttals, but you can't rebut her. You get like 10 seconds to rebut her. Go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, you're a criminal. You have no rights. So you know, who am I to take away their rights? Who are they to be able to assault somebody that didn't have it coming? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they ain't got no rights. And who says we should rehabilitate all types of criminals? Some folks don't need rehabilitation. They need to be castrated, just like the death penalty. It's a certain category. When you're a sexual, when you abuse somebody sexually, it should be in the same category. They got no rights. So, like I said,
10 seconds.
Cut
10
it.
seconds to rebut. That's it. All right.
I don't get a rebut.
No, you get to, when you go first, you get to the opposite. So he went first, he gets to rebut you. When you go first, you get to rebut him.
Ooh, you know that was hard, right?
Okay, so Divine Stewart in the chat room says that would mean that most white men will be castrated for the rape and torture of the indigenous to this land and to the kidnapped.
Hello.
I'm gonna have to get out with to Rob.
Oh yeah.
I give style and passion to you, but I'll give the point for the argument to Rob.
Because I tried hard to fight for the bastard.
That's all right. That was my first one. I'm getting used to this now. I see how it go.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of sex offenders, the next one would be, should those who are, who's for this one is Sporty, and Rob, you're against it. Okay? Sporty, should convicted statutory rapists be labeled as sex offenders? You go first. You're for it.
Statutory sex offenders should have a tattoo across their forehead that reads, "I rape." And everybody in the world should see it. When they're in jail, when they're out of jail, it should not be able to be removed. It should be labeled on them for life. Not only should it be labeled across their forehead, it should be labeled across their penises. It should be labeled across their assholes. So wherever anybody should see their genitalia, their mouths, whatever, it should be labeled on their person. It should even be a place on their driver's license that says, "I'm a rapist."
Okay, that's it. That's it. And Rob, you're up. You're against.
Yeah, I can appreciate the passion of my opponent or my debater there, but statutory rape is a consensual act. I mean, it was sex. I mean, I understand that a person was underage, another person is overage, but I mean, these are legal things that have been put in place. When you go back, it's natural. You know, sex is natural, and this is consensual. This person was not taking advantage of another individual. So no, they've been convicted of this societal crime. So why should they be labeled or after they dealt with that punishment, labeled continuously? This is not a violent criminal. This is not a person that is a predator of sorts. This is a person that had consensual sex with someone that was just underage. But most of the time, from what I'm understanding, I don't hear any rape involved other than the statutory nature. So it was consensual.
Rebut.
Yes, Sporty rebut.
You knew right from wrong. You knew she was underage. You should have kept your damn dipper in the zipper.
Okay, that's her 10 seconds. All right. Wow. What y'all think in the chat room? Again,
I'm not a lawyer, but I could defend y'all if y'all need me to.
Again, sporty wins on passion. I want to see what y'all say in the chat. Who should win that round? I'm leaning. I'm on the fence, and the reason why I'm on the fence is because I agree with Rob. If it's statutory, then no, right? It was just a matter of she wasn't old enough to say yes. But in terms of if it were not consensual,
then it wouldn't have been it would be more rape. It would have a different charge.
It still can't be.
Yeah.
It
but
still
he
can't
would
be.
have a different charge. It would be multiple charges.
But
Right.
see, legally speaking, you know, it's labeled.
But the argument when we're dealing with this court, this argument right here.
We talk about statutory only.
No, I know
And
we're
that's
talking
correct.
statutory only because you have to label it what it is. You know, it's
Sex with a minor.
Statutory, you know, because it's sex with a minor. But you know.
Yeah, but I agree, Rob. It wasn't a violent crime.
Not at all.
It was consensual. It was a legal technicality. I'm gonna have to give it to Rob. All right.
See, but this some unfair. That's why I got a flag on the plate for your ass. You're giving me shit. That's, you know.
Get over it. You knew how this game was going.
This is why this is your flag on the play.
Stop being a brat. This is not about you.
That's right.
I got
five daughters, and I was against that.
So, yeah, stop with the whining.
All right, whatever.
All right, next one. For those of you guys who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss Kiki, and I'm joined by Sporty Spunky Angel and the Rob Carter, and we are doing That's Debatable. Basically, I'm throwing out topics to them. I'm telling them that whether they're for it or against it, and they have to give us their best argument for the topic. And then we choose who wins. At the end, we're going to tally up all the scores, and somebody's going to get bragging rights, and they're going to get to talk shit against the other person for about a month, and they ain't gonna be able to say shit about it. They're gonna have to take it. They're gonna have to what can I say with that ass face, like you eat ass face? You just got to take it. Oh my goodness. Devon Stewart said he has 10 kids, 13 kids, 10 of them are girls. All right. So all right, so here's another one. Let's see here. Rob, you are for this. Sporty, you are against it. Is it okay or not okay to ever snoop on your mate?
And
Rob,
I'm what?
You're against it.
I'm for it. Hell yeah, you get to snoop on. I mean, ain't nothing private in a relationship. And when folks are hiding shit, you know, then you need to feel secure. You need to be able to look through whatever it is you need to look through. The justification there. If it ain't nothing to find, then you get me be more secure. I think, hell yeah. I don't even need to keep deliberating. I'll just come back with what she got to say, because the answer is yeah, you got every right to snoop. Give me a fucking magnifying glass. You got a glass?
Fuck you mean? How in the hell? Okay, wait. It is not okay for you to snoop through your mate's things. Bottom line, if you're with your mate, you should trust your mate. If you trust your mate, then there's no reason for you to snoop. If there's something you need to know, then all you have to do is ask them. There's no reason for you to have to lock up shit from them, hide shit from them. If you're not doing anything you don't have any business doing, then there's no reason for you to be looking for stuff. You go looking for shit, you're going to find shit.
Ding!
All right. So all I have to say is go looking for shit, you're going to find shit. So obviously I can't trust you. I'm looking through your phone right now. Why you got to have it locked from me? If I'm going to look for shit, I'm gonna find shit. That's why I should be able to look, because you ain't trustworthy. You ain't trustworthy.
Stop. Okay.
Oh my God!
I give Rob credit for comedy because you ain't trustworthy.
Did he pick up the phone and say, "I'm looking through your shit"?
I'm looking through your phone right now. Why you got it locked? You ain't trustworthy. All right, but I'm gonna have to give an argument to Sporty. And the reason why I'm giving an argument to Sporty is because she had more reasons to back up why she thinks it's inappropriate versus, yeah, we ain't got no secrets. I got the right to look at anything. So Sporty gets one.
Finally. Oh my God.
All right, you have the right to, you have the freedom to maintain your own identity. And if you have something to hide, you're not being honest with yourself. So how could you be honest with another? I reserve the right to my privacy. Listen here. I ain't hiding shit.
Right.
If I gotta hide it, I shouldn't be doing it. And if I shouldn't be doing it, that means I shouldn't be with you where I feel like I have to go and do all this other extra shit. My memory is bad. I can't remember half shit, so I can't be lying. I don't have a lock on my phone because I'll fuck around and forget it. So I just, whatever. I'm just saying. I can't remember shit. I got the most severe case of CRS known to mankind. All right. 40. You are for it. Rob, you are against it. Should the Muslims be allowed to build a mosque near ground zero?
I'm sorry, I'm what?
You're for it. This year.
The Muslims should be allowed to build a mosque near ground zero. If this is the great American melting pot and we accept every culture and race in this country, then we need to continue to allow everyone the freedoms that we afford each person with the protection and allow them to put their mosque near ground zero. Because we would allow everyone else to put their things there and give them the security that we give our regular American citizens. They are American Muslims. There are American citizens that have their places to go and pray. They should have their place to pray as well. They lost people there just like American citizens there.
Okay, Rob, you are absolutely against it.
Okay, I hate you for this. Then no, you're absolutely incorrect. They should not be able, first of all, the memory. I mean, putting a mosque right there is a slap in the face of the American people. It's a slap in the face of our fight against terrorism. I understand that you have some good Muslims and you have some bad Muslims, but to put a mosque right there in that location not only is somewhat sacrilegious to all of the lives that were lost, but it just will cause so much social conflict that it's not even worth allowing. I mean, the racial tension that it would create, the religious tension, it shouldn't be allowed.
All right.
And I hate you for that.
Why you rebuttal? Second rebuttal.
If we want to unite this country into the place it's supposed to be, we need to put our foot forward to bring peace. And that would be a step in the direction of peace.
All right.
This question wasn't reuniting the country.
Hey, you can't rebut her rebuttal.
Reuniting the country.
All right, so I think that I'm going to go with Rob on this one. And the reason why I'm going with Rob on this one is because...
You know I'm racist?
Yeah, well, no, it's not personal. Because I agree with his argument, first of all, and I think that he accurately reflected my sentiment. So, a little biased.
I think.
Chan. Oh,
I think Sporty gave a piss poor argument.
I tried. How you gonna get a goddamn? How you gonna give a racist a stand like that? I tried my best.
That was horrible.
Freedom of religion. I mean, you should be able to build wherever you want to build. If you bought the space, you should be able to build your mosque. I mean, the Constitution protects that. And if they bought the land and secured the land, they should be able to build the mosque.
And also, additionally, if we're talking about the separation of church and state, the state should not be able to come in and tell these people where they cannot build their place of worship.
And this is true. And with Chan saying that I gave a piss poor argument, I absolutely do not believe in nothing you all just said, even though it is part of the Constitution when it comes to them. So I deeply, when it comes
to Muslims, you don't believe that they should be able to, you said?
None of them motherfuckers need to be over here. I don't
even understand. Here's the thing. I'm gonna move on, but I'm gonna put my little 2 cents on this, and I'm gonna move on. Here's the reality of the situation. People are buying into the hype. There's so much propaganda against Muslims. You don't know, other than the fact that they done told you it was Muslims that did blah, blah, blah. So to have this strong opinion about a whole entire group of people based on some third-party information is ridiculous to me. But I don't need you to rebut it. It's not about your rebuttal at this point. It's not about your rebuttal at this point.
But you take my assignment out of context.
The next one, the next topic. Rob, you're for it. 40, you're against it. So, sexual orientation is determined at birth. So, Rob, you believe it's true? Sporty, you don't.
Who's first?
Yes, I do believe. So, I'm assuming. Let me just put it in context that we're justifying why people are saying that they were born gay or not.
Are you born gay or not?
All right. Yeah. Yes, and you are. I mean, the genital makeup is just as specific as your biological or DNA makeup. And if my chromosomes and my DNA mix is, even though I'm a male, is giving me more female tendencies, then I can't fight that. I was born that way. I mean, it's not a choice. It is how you're born. You have your own preferences. Your instincts, your identity develops from within. It's not impacted from society or what you're influenced by.
All right, Sporty.
Sexual orientation is a learned behavior. You would not know that you could have sex with a male or male on male and female on female if it's not something that you were taught. You are learned in life that you man and man, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Okay, so if I'm going to believe what you're saying, then when I'm a teenager and I just feel myself and I decide to masturbate, I learned that, even though I did that on my own. When I'm growing up in a farm and I get horny and I fuck a animal because people do that, I learned that. Somebody showed me that. No, those are instinctive things. Something drove me to doing that. Something inside me made me feel I needed to express myself in that manner. Those are all internal.
Okay, that's it. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna defer to Chan.
Yeah, defer to her.
You don't want to defer to me because
I do.
Because I'm gonna say what I said last time.
What? Okay, so this is how we gonna do it from here on out. We gonna let Chan put in the chat room who she thinks win. I'm gonna give out the question. Chan gonna tell us who she think wins the argument.
So while y'all skirting around that, I get my 4th point though.
Yes, you do. You have 4 points, Rob.
I can't say Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve, and you think that's a piss poor argument again?
Well, you started out okay with saying that homosexuality was a learned behavior.
Right. But you didn't explain why it was learned.
Right. You know, because you went on to tell us that we were taught that it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. So in essence, you basically said that heterosexuality was actually a learned behavior based on what we're taught. So that's why I would have dinged you. But I'm deferring to Chan and chat on who wins the argument. So Rob is 4. What is it? What you saying?
You're only giving us a limited amount of time.
You can't go on forever. What the fuck you think this is?
Yeah, you should have. I mean, I would have touched on the compassion that the same sex has for each other, and it sometimes then results in those kind of behavior. You know.
Blah blah blah. You can't help your opponent. Next.
Oh,
All right. So Rob, you're against it. Sporty, you're for it, and you're up first. Should the legal drinking age be lowered from 21 to 18?
No.
No, you're for it.
Oh, absolutely. If they are old enough to go to the military at 18 years of age, then they should be old enough to make the decision to take a drink at that same age. You're giving them the opportunity to be tried as an adult at 18 years of age. You're giving them the opportunity to fight for this country at 18 years of age. If you're putting them on the front line to kill people, to protect this country, then at the end of their shift, I would think they should be able to have a drink.
And time. Wow.
The problem with that argument is that statistics show that it is still an unsafe age to operate inebriated. Statistics show that more deaths are caused in that age group. And once you're 21, you're more able to handle the influences, the behavior, the result of the behavior. You know what I mean? Whether you can drink, I would venture to say that I don't want a soldier making unsound judgment at 18. You know, I want him to stay alive till he's 21. So just because you can risk your life, just because you can sign a contract, just because you can do some legal things at that age, doesn't mean that a person should be given another, I guess, weapon of destruction for themselves at that age. That statistics have shown that we can't handle.
That's it.
Motherfuckers are still stupid at 31 drinking. So that's not a good argument to me. They still do dumb shit and get DUIs and fight on the front line.
And that's enough. And I'm going to our chat room, and our producer, cousin Chan, has ruled that Sporty wins that round. Sporty wins that round.
What do you
drink?
They're saying in the chat room, that's how twisted this country is, but I agree with Sporty on the military thing. One of the things that, Rob, I thought you were going to go in a little bit more about the fact that their brains aren't fully developed enough. And then to attack our argument about going into the military, you're told what to do. So you go over here and you do this, but you make a conscious choice to actually take a drink. But go ahead, Chan.
I was going to say Sporty had won the round up until the rebuttal. She could have just said, nah.
You don't have to always rebut. If you feel your argument is strong enough to stand on its own, let it stand on its own.
Let's stand on its own. Because you got really emotional there, which you would have got dinged because didn't nobody understand what you were trying to say. But
you know, when I grew up, it was 18.
How the hell old are you? No,
it was 18. Yeah, in Louisiana, it was 18. We started drinking in college.
All right, so, Porter, you were just, who were you just on that one? You were just yes, right?
He was for, yeah, I was against.
Okay, so you're now for this, okay, Rob?
Yeah.
You're up first.
Okay.
Should felons who have completed their sentence, incarceration, probation, or parole, be allowed to vote?
Yeah, of course they should. I mean, you lose your rights when you are incarcerated. when you have been rehabilitated and you put back into society, you should have every right that any other citizen has. You are now a citizen in the United States again. Your rights have been given back to you. You have paid your debt to society. You've got a clean slate. You deserve all the rights of the Constitution.
Okay, Sporty.
Just like a child is learning to acclimate themselves to life when they're born, when you're brought back out into the world, you have to reacclimate yourself to life. You don't know what's going on quite yet in the world. So no, you don't need to vote yet. You need to find out what's going on. You need to learn what the world is about all over again. So no, you don't have the right to do that yet. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So I'm hearing that you're assuming that this prison is isolated. There's no outside touch to the outside world. They don't get the time to watch television. You are assuming that this guy's going to come out like the dude from I'm going to get you sucker with the fucking heels on again with things. That's not the case. You need your rights. Simple.
Anyway, Chance has spoken. Rob won that one. And I'm gonna give my 2 cents on the back end of each one anyway. We're talking about you. If you served your damn time, your debt is paid. That's the purpose of you serving damn time. God damn it. Why do I pay you and still owe you? You know what I mean? And then I don't have nothing to say about what happens to me. That's some fucking bullshit. Anyway,
I start working. I gotta pay taxes, so I need to be able to
do everything. So anyway, all right. So here's the next one. Sporty, you are for it. And Rob, you are against. Yes or no? Sporty, you're yes. Rob, you're no. Are social networking sites good for society?
You said yes?
You're yes.
Social networking sites, let me get clarity. As in dating sites or social networking as in media?
It's your argument.
Oh, God. Social networking sites are absolutely great for society. It helps you keep in touch with your loved ones, that you can reconnect with people you haven't seen in years, family, friends. They help you network for business. It can be for personal, professional. It can be for absolutely any and everything. So it bridges things closer without you having to do the physical footwork out in the real world. And it keeps you closer to people on a more frequent, regular basis.
Right.
And just like the name is an oxymoron, so is that explanation. Social networks should be called in-social or unsocial networks. Social networks promote so much or deter social interaction, to the thousandth power. People have not been so disconnected. It takes away the personal aspect of being social. Social is me and you together talking. I can't really date you online. I can't really get a feel for what's going on with you online. We're prone to just show some pictures and think that that's in touch. That doesn't get me in touch. That's just some notification like sending a card. There's nothing social about social networks.
Okay. Rebut, Sporty, do you?
You may have never seen or heard from me in years, but through social networking, we have reconnected then, and we may have never reconnected. You may find out about long lost family members, deaths, births, everything, just through a social media connection. So yes, it's needed.
Sam, what you say? What you say, huh? What you say? She said she undecided. Okay, other chat room people, what y'all think? Who y'all think win that one?
And the reason why I say I'm undecided on that is because both Rob and Sporty are correct. Rob had the better, the better looking argument, but Rob can sell ice to a Eskimo.
The devil.
So Sporty is a little equipped on this one.
Yeah, okay.
But how I get penalized for that?
You don't get penalized. The argument was just a little bit better. You were a little bit more.
Speaking of penalized, I think it's time for a drink. Okay, but
You
I'm
won
gonna
that
go
race,
ahead.
Rob, but you faster, so
We
that
gonna
don't work.
do a tie on this one, Sport. I mean, Chan.
Well, that's why I say undecided. I
Y'all
can't.
decide. Y'all vote. I'm not. Y'all vote while we do the
In that room, y'all go ahead and vote. Tell us who y'all for. Sporty, Rob. Sporty,
We'll find out
Rob.
after the drink of the week.
Tell us who it is. So let me put a little asterisk by this one, since we can't seem to get an answer on that one. This one I'm gonna have to put it bold with an asterisk. Okay, when we come back, we're gonna take a little turn. We're gonna do some little tricks and turns. I got some good ones for y'all. But it is now time for our producer, Cousin Chan's drink of the week. She does it every single week. She comes up with the good stuff, and this week is no exception. Let me go ahead and get the picture ready for you guys who are watching us live, and well, actually who aren't watching us live, and when you come back you'll be able to see it. But y'all, some of y'all are Kamikaze fans. Are some of y'all Kamikaze fans or no? Am I just talking to myself?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so Chan up the ante. She came up with a cranberry kamikaze. Take it away, Cousin Chan.
Hey everybody, tonight's drink of the week is a cranberry kamikaze. Tonight's drink of the week, we're going to use 1.5 ounces of fresh lime juice, 1.5 ounces of cranberry vodka, 1 ounce of triple sec, 1 ounce of cranberry juice. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to fill a cocktail shaker with ice, add all the ingredients, shake and strain into a shot glass. And there you have it, cranberry kamikaze. All right, guys, be safe, enjoy, drink responsibly. I'll see you next week.
When you can't get your body clean, you need some love when tension ease. What's that? What's that?
All right, Cousin Chan. Cranberry kamikaze. She never fails, guys. What'd you say, Sporty?
Tasty.
Yeah, she never fails. So we got one in the middle over here. All right, so for those of you guys who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and today we're having our great debate. Tonight's topic is That's Debatable, and we have pit Rob Carter, and Sporty Spunky Angel against one another. They don't know the topic I'm going to throw out. They don't know what side of the argument I'm going to give them. They don't know anything right ahead of time. And we have Cousin Chan playing the judge in our chat room. So if you want to see what Cousin Chan has said, if you want to see what our chat room participants are saying, get on over there in that interactive chat room. You can post a comment to our Facebook wall at facebook.com/playingdevilsadvocate. If you want a topic for me to throw out, you can put it there, or you can send us a tweet at PDA_Miss KiKi. And if you send me a topic, I'll bring it out there. You can tell me who you want to say what, and we'll just rope it on in. That's right, rope it on in. So, you commenting, but you can't see him. I see your comments, baby. He said his phone is messing up. I see you. All right, here we go. We're gonna talk about about school children for a minute. Who is this for? Who was just for? You were just for, Sporty?
Mm-hmm.
She was for social. I was against social.
So, Sporty, you're gonna be against. Rob, you're gonna be for.
Okay.
Okay. And the question is, should high schools provide daycare for students who have children? So, Rob, you're for it. You're up.
Absolutely. I mean, we need to make it as convenient as possible for these young children who they already have a struggle, dealing with a young child. So we need to make it as easy as possible for them to continue their education and move forward and be progressive and contributing citizens, you know what I'm saying, to society. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
40.
Okay, so in the real world, when you have children, you have a job. If you have a job, you don't take your kids to work. You take your kids to daycare. You take your kids to a sitter. You take your kids to school. You take your kids to where they're going to be while you're doing your job. Your job is to go to school and get an education, not to take your kids to school with you while you're doing what you're supposed to do. If you're responsible enough to open your legs and have a baby, then you're responsible enough to find child care for your child while you continue and get your education.
Okay.
I understand. Now, so you're saying that when you go to work, you take your kids. Exactly. There are all kinds of jobs that have daycares for their employees. Now, the state funds education, and the state funds all kinds of subsidies for child care. So to make it available locally at the school is just another convenience that should be allowed.
And Cousin Chan?
Okay, I'm not gonna write it in the chat. I'm just gonna say it. Sporty,
Okay.
do you need one of my Advans?
Girl, shit, I need some.
And the reason why I say this is because you come up with your argument, but then you get so emotional behind it, you lose it. Rob is killing you on keeping it cool, keep it concise, and keep his point straight. You lose me on what you call it. I want to say you're correct, but I might have to give it to Rob on this one.
I just think y'all are all teaming against me. I am not having fun with this.
I'm not teaming against you. I swear for
I'm
God.
not having no fun with this.
Wait, how are we against you? This is your argument. Or why are we picking on you?
I don't know.
I'm trying to help
how
you.
I say what I say.
See, now you go getting emotional again. She emotional. I think y'all picking on me. Not that. Okay, Rob got me on that one. Y'all picking on
Bob
me.
is firm and you know, mean and shit.
Okay. Wah. All right. Next up. So who did you go for? That was Rob, right?
Okay,
So
wait.
Rob-
Kiki,
Huh?
let's do this. So she think we picking on her. Tell the subject and let her pick which one she wants to be for or against.
What the hell?
What the fuck?
Them damn minions. I told y'all them damn minions. All right, I'll tell the topic and we'll let you pick for this one, Sporty, since you think we picking it.
Now
Okay.
she's gonna really prove her point.
All right. So, should students be subjected to random drug testing?
I'll be for that one.
Okay, go for it.
Students should absolutely be subjected to random drug testing because they do things to bring drugs into schools. They do sneaky shit to have contraband in their system. And in order to make sure they are clean and are not accused of things on the regular, they should have random drug testing.
Rob, no, you're against it.
Hell no. You cannot, first of all, you do not have the right to infringe upon my child as a minor without me and giving you authorization. There's no way that a person should be allowed, or a school or institution should be allowed to take kids randomly. Now you're going to start profiling and other things that we have no, I mean, there's some real discretionary power that we don't want to leave in the hands of these so-called civil servants. So absolutely not. You just, the rights of my minor child have to be protected. No.
Who's to say that they wouldn't get permission from the parent prior to them being there, that they wouldn't be having random drug testing while they're in that school facility? You'd have to sign off on it.
Okay. Chan.
I'm undecided on that one too.
You can't be undecided, goddammit.
Okay. But then it's gonna seem like I'm playing favorite again because Rob is right.
The topic. She picked where she wanted to go.
I know. That's why I said Rob is right.
We're not talking about right. We're talking about who gives the best argument.
Who gave the best argument? Yeah, Rob Mayer gave the best argument because he touched on your rights and what is afforded to you as a minor, and yeah, he hit on specific topic.
I just want to know one thing about.
I don't disagree with that, and I'm just saying I don't disagree with what she said.
Okay, I just want to know though. Who the fuck paying for these damn tests?
The random tests?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. It's like that would have been part of my argument. I shouldn't be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? If you want your child randomly tested in school, then you need to foot the bill for it. Taxpayers should not be passed on to the cost to pay for your damn children to stay off drugs. Okay. All right. So are we going back to letting Sporty pick her yes or no chance?
No.
Okay. All right. So she understands we're not picking on her. All right. So Sporty had yes. So in this instance, Sporty, your no, and Rob is yes. Okay. Should people live together before marriage?
Yes. Hell yeah. I mean, you need to know. You need to know whether you're compatible or not. I mean, I get it, this whole marriage thing and just you can buy the milk, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's having premarital sex anyway. It makes more sense to cohabitate, work out the differences, find out whether or not you're compatible living together before you obligate each other and start changing life situations. Of course.
40.
With the natural order of meeting each other, dating one another, and becoming aware of the type of relationship that you're going to have with one another, you will learn how to get along, learn the way that you are with one another, and eventually when you marry, you then cohabitate with one another and you continue to grow in that relationship. So you shouldn't have to live together before you become a married couple.
Rob, did you want to rebut that?
Yeah, I just want to say that we're not saying that you should have to, like the law says you have to, but you should. You should, because it increases the chances of the relationship or the marriage in the long run. Because you will, I mean, dating and understanding each other is not like cohabitating. Totally different. And you want to increase the chances of success.
All right. My 2 cents on this before Chance says Sporty gets it. Sporty gets it. My 2 cents on it. Hell yeah, you need to live together. Hell to the yeah. I need to know what the fuck I'm living with. I need to know who the hell you are.
You like how I use that word aware in that?
You've been listening to my my knowledge is key segments, y'all. Good job on that, Sporty. All right, next up is, speaking of relationships, Rob, you are for it.
Okay.
And Sporty, you are against it. Is monogamy natural?
I'm for it or again? I'm for it, right?
Yes, you say monogamy is natural.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be a hard one.
Come on.
Yes. I mean, yes.
You are struggling. He handing you this one, Sporty. He handing it to
yes.
me.
Yes. 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 Am I out of time yet?
And that's all you gotta say? That's the only argument?
That's my only argument.
Okay.
That's all I can say with a straight face.
40?
Yes.
Monogamy is not a natural thing. We are instinctively put here to cohabitate and relate with each other. So if we are naturally attracted to the opposite sex, who is to say that that opposite sex has to be one particular brand or one particular person? I can be attracted to that one sex, that one over there, or that one over there. So it's not natural to just say, I only want that one.
Okay. Did you want to rebut that, Rob?
The defense rests.
40 got you. She catching up.
That's
So
right.
right now, we got Rob 8, 44, and 1 undecided.
Now that one was funny to me because we totally on opposites on that one.
Okay. Next up. Rob is no, Sporty is yes. Okay. Should euthanasia be legalized? Sporty, you're yes, go for it. Can she hear me?
I can. I'm sorry. Euthanasia should be legalized. And the reason I say this is because if it's legalized, the problems that come along with it being questioned, the debates are going back and forth of whether it's a good thing or a bad thing will become instantly dissipated. You know, I don't think we'll have as many problems. I don't think we'll have as many arguments about it. It'll just become something that just is like everything else.
Rob?
What's euthanasia?
That's when you help people die. Kevorkian. You
I'm against it.
You put the dog down, you put the dog down, you help them assist in death, same thing.
I'm against it.
You're against it.
Okay. Yeah. No. No. I mean, it's murder. You know, it's murder. No matter how you see it, no matter how you do it, if death is natural. If it's assisted, it's murder. And the law is clear about murder. It's just that simple.
It's not murder. It's not anything different than a DNR. If someone is saying to you ahead of time, I do not want this, I want to be let go and let go peacefully, then let me go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then it's suicide. Okay, then it's suicide. It's still illegal.
That's it. Jan.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Jan. Rob.
She gave it to Rob.
Gave it to Rob. You like, and the controversy around it would be subside. What? Like, you. All right.
I had to be clear because she was talking around it so much. I was like, I didn't even know. I need to make sure I know what we're talking about. So anyway, okay.
It was a general consensus in chat that Rob wasn't out because Sporty just was like, fuck it. I don't know. All right. Okay. Here's a good one. So Sporty was, who was that?
I was
for it.
Sporty was for it. So this one, Sporty, you gonna be nay.
Oh God.
So Rob, you're up first. Should women swallow? Somebody just hit me with this one in my private chat. So Rob, you got the affirmative. Sporty, you got the negative.
Yeah, they should swallow. I'm sorry. Well, the answer is yes. Like my distinguished colleagues suggest on a number of occasions, there's some health benefits and all to it. And from a sexual standpoint, it's just so much more satisfying for both the man and then, of course, the health benefits for the woman. So, of course, she should swallow continuously.
No, you disqualified. You can't use my video for your answer.
I was just saying. I'm giving you the I can't be qualified for having facts.
Go ahead, Sporty.
People waste snacks. I can't. How the fuck I'm arguing against swallowing? That's inappropriate.
Argue against it. Hurry up.
You shouldn't swallow because if you take those nutrients and use them externally, they can be just as good. So use them. Look, fuck, I don't know. No, swallow.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh shit! Dan gonna help you out, Sporty.
Use those nutrients externally instead of internally.
Stop. Shannon's gonna help you out.
Okay.
The reason why you shouldn't swallow is because, first of all, forget getting pregnant. How about there's still other diseases out there that you can catch while you up there raw dogging it with your mouth? You can pass on different diseases. You can catch them yourself. Plus, everybody don't taste the same. So you might run into some nasty stuff. You don't want it. So keep your little swimmers to yourself.
That's why you get to get out and fuck free card.
And 40,
So
40. How you gonna argue against her helping your argument? You need to learn when to hush.
so I get to rebut.
Yes, you do.
Okay. So outside of the other unhealthy aspects of Chan's argument, and I don't know that was part of this, but okay. And then, I mean, I think tasting is you're gonna taste it either way. So you might as well just swallow it. You know what I'm saying? The taste is not really a legitimate point. So I just say that's just she didn't even need to say nothing. You should just keep swallowing, people. Always swallow.
Why don't you swallow your own?
Hey, you don't get another rebuttal. You don't get another rebuttal, ma'am.
I can't reach it.
Ma'am.
Put it in the cup.
All right, ma'am. You don't get no rebuttal.
It's
right.
cold by the time you get a cup.
Hey, stop it. Hey, y'all, stop it.
That's funny,
Okay.
boss. I'm sorry.
All right, so the next one would be Rob would be against it.
Against it.
And Sporty is yay. She is the affirmative. Okay, so the topic is, women complicate relationships more than men. Sporty?
Women complicate relationships more than men because we don't know what we want. We say what we want in the beginning, but then we notice that there are certain things we want to change about that man. And when he doesn't change those things, we begin to work on him like he's our child. And when we do those things, you know, it might not necessarily make him feel as if he's, you know, our man. He feels as if he's being mothered, and it's really not our intention. We really just want you to be the best man that we feel you can be and reach your full potential.
Rob?
Yeah, no, I disagree that women complicate things. I think that, you know, relationships are complicated in themselves. And I don't think either party plays a more, you know, intricate role in complicating it. I mean, the two personalities are what's key. Sometimes a man will be more demanding. Sometimes a woman will be more demanding. I think finding that coexistence, that mix of personalities is what's important. I don't think gender has anything to do with who complicates it.
Before you get to rebut.
I believe that if the woman doesn't get what she wants, then she needs to make sure she creates that in the man that she wants.
That's opinionated.
Hey, this is her argument. You don't critique her argument. Rob, Jan say you get that one.
Oh well.
All right, so you only halfway behind, Sporty. You can pull it up from the rear right now. Okay.
Okay.
You said okay.
That was encouraging.
Okay, so Rob, you're a yes.
I'm against.
You know you are a yes. You were just against it.
Oh, I'm all right. Okay, yeah.
And Sporty, you are for it. Okay.
Yes.
Standardized testing is good for education in America.
Standardized testing is good for education in America because it lets us see the national standards and benchmarks of all the children in all the age levels from kindergarten through 12th grade. If we can see where our children are, then we can match what's going on with our children here in the U.S. versus where the children are in the rest of the world. And we can then begin to fix our curriculum levels so that we can match what's going on internationally and our kids are not farther behind.
Rob?
I think standardized tests are unfairly biased because our education is not standardized. So it's not really indicative of the society as a whole. It may represent how education looks, but it doesn't represent how education is distributed. So if you want an idea of what is really happening, you need to standardize the education first before you standardize the testing. It's impossible to have a testing mechanism when you don't have a fair playing ground.
When you have teachers that are educators and that are giving the lessons appropriately across the board, then you can have testing that is the same across the board with a curriculum that is balanced, and they can still learn with the testing and know how to balance it and make it equal. Okay, fine.
You only get 10 seconds on your rebuttal, man. Keep it succinct. Chan says 40. Oh, she catching up on you, Rob. She catching up on you. All right. 40, you are yes. Rob, you are no.
I was just no.
I'm sorry. I meant that the other way around. Well, shit. What if I decided to make you be yes again? Shit, you just gonna have to be it.
I'll do whatever you want. Y'all want to go ahead. You can do it.
Rob, you are no, and Sporty is, which one is it? Rob,
Whatever
you were just yes?
I was just for standardized testing.
So Sporty is no.
I'm
okay.
against.
All right. Were you against it? I thought you were for it because you were talking
I
about
was for standardized testing. So whatever you finna say now, I'm against it.
She been for women. She was for testing. She been for.
Okay. So here's the next one. Rob is yes. Sporty is no. Censorship is good.
Who?
Censorship is good. Go, Rob.
Yeah, censorship is necessary to protect segments of the society that should not be exposed to certain types of programming based on, sexual content, other things. Certain minds are so influenceable at certain ages that we can't allow certain things to be unmonitored or just projected into our children's minds or the minds of underdeveloped individuals.
Sporty, your time.
Censorship should be handled by the parents. Censorship should not be handled by media or the outside world. If you need to say something or do something or something should be seen or publicized, then let it be out there. It is the right of the people to get the information however it's disseminated. If something needs to be censored or blocked, then it is up to the parent or the guardian or whoever that needs to keep it from that person for them to do it. It's not the responsibility of America.
Excellent, because I don't think the question was whether or not America should be the person with censorship, it was whether censorship was necessary. And you said, yes, censorship is necessary, whether it be the government or the parent. You said, yes, censorship should be monitored and should be necessary. So thank you.
Suck
Sporty,
it.
he got you on your own joint.
Ah, suck it.
All right. So, Rob, you're negative on this one. Sporty, you're affirmative on this one. All right. Divine Stewart in the chat is loving every minute of it. Big ups to you in chat. You have been completely participating. He says the plan's job to control what children are fed mentally. So that's a good one. All right. Again, Rob, no. Sporty, yes. It's better to be honest and poor than dishonest and rich. So, Sporty, you agree with that statement. Rob, you disagree.
It's better to be honest and poor
than dishonest and rich.
And I agree with that.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Integrity is key. Because peace of mind and knowing that everything is in order in your life, you don't have to worry about whether or not something else is going on in your life. You don't have to worry about telling another lie or something else going wrong. Things will happen, one way or the other. But if you have your peace of mind, then you don't have to worry about anything else. Money comes.
Rob.
Yeah, no. You need to be able to feed your family. You need to be able to take care of yourself. Peace of mind is overstated. I mean, I got peace of mind when my children can eat. I've got peace of mind when I know that my lights are going to be on and my house is going to be warm. That's peace of mind. When you are so morally conscious that you bought into the fact that I'll survive, I'll suffer while I'm here for the golden gates of the pearly whites of heaven, then you've fallen for that. But someone else gave you that. That's not reality. You need to survive. You need to be able to do what you have to do.
When you have your integrity, things always work out. Always work out.
None of that question said it was going to work out.
Hey, you don't get to rebut her rebuttal.
I'm just saying how she's reading the question.
Nope. Zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. Because we're going to have a little moment at the end where we get a chance to talk about the things that we didn't get a chance to expound on. So if there's something else you want to share, you can do it. They said, Rob Chen said Rob wins that one. All right. So since Rob was no, he's going to be yes on this one. And Sporty's going to be a no. Okay?
All right.
Okay. Gold digging is bad.
I disagree with that.
No, you're no. Rob is yes.
Yeah, gold digging is bad. There's no sincerity there. I mean, when you're going after somebody specifically to get their money, to get benefits for yourself, I mean, it's just a one-sided thing. So it's first of all, it's immoral. Second of all, it's fucking dangerous when you get busted. And yeah, it's just totally wrong. I mean, yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong. Because you're going to get offed it.
40.
Listen, there's nothing wrong for going for what you want. If they're going to give it to you, what's the harm in taking it? You know, there is nothing wrong for having a goal and reaching that goal. If the problem that you have is being a hater because I know how to go for getting something that's bigger than what you have, that's not my problem. That's you being a hater on me getting what I got.
You want to rebut that, Rob?
Yeah, because what you sound like is you should be hustling like the person that got the gold did. You talking about going and getting what you want and having a gold and trying to do better and get more shit. That's what the dude that got the money did. You fucking stealing it. You a thief. It's wrong because it's theft. You manipulate. It's theft.
Shan, who wins? Sporty
with that bullshit. She sound like she's going. That's some bullshit. Y'all
hey, you don't get to judge her answer. We can talk about it in just a few minutes. We got a couple more to go. Then we're going to talk about the ones that we have gone over and the things that we want to expound on. And then we're going to go to the letter. Okay?
All right.
All right. Next one is Sporty, you're affirmative. Rob, you're...
Yes.
Look at his face.
Wait till you see it. I just totally just pulled this one up. So this is so bad. Okay, so Sporty is yes, right? Yes, Sporty is affirmative. Does size matter?
Size matters 100%. If I can't feel it, I can't enjoy it. I need to be able to see it. I need to be able to touch it. I need to be able to feel it. What is the point in having it if I cannot enjoy it? Please make it available for my enjoyable pleasure.
Rob.
No, size don't matter. Emotion in the ocean and all those sayings. Bottom line is, if you know where the spots are, if you can hit the spots, the objective is ejaculation. The objective is emotional bonding. The objective is to have stimulation and to enjoy a moment. And if a person can provide that, whether it be through penetration from the right angle or whatever, or from oral stimulation, the bottom line is the gold. Make a climax. Make a tween. Fuck the size.
If I can't feel
Sporty,
it,
don't say nothing. Just stop. You winning. Stop. You winning. Don't say that.
Ain't my fault. No, I ain't gonna say that.
Because they already proclaimed you the winner in chat on that one. So I'm like, anything you say might take it back. So just stop. All right. Okay.
What's the points? I think y'all doing that shit. The
Right now it's 12 to Rob, 8 to Chan. I mean to Sporty.
What? 8 to 12?
Yeah, you're up by 4.
How many more questions?
4.
See, that's some bullshit. I see that's 4. You said it. All right, I got you.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Sporty.
So, Sporty, you're going to be negative. Rob, you're going to be the positive on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Should police officers be charged criminally for killing citizens?
Yes. They should be. Yeah, of course they should be. I mean, there's no difference between a police officer and another individual. I understand they're on the job. I understand their job is to serve and protect. It's not to kill. If they're found guilty of murder, if they're found that this shooting was unjust, then yes, they should be prosecuted just like anyone else. When you don't, you put a different level of authority in that role. They also have the authority now to kill, to serve, to protect, and to murder. No, they should definitely be incarcerated.
Police officers have a job to do. They have split seconds to make decisions every single day that we are not having to make when we are in those situations. If we get put in those positions, they have to decide whether or not this person is going to take their life, whether this person is going to comply with the rules that they're giving them at that particular moment. We need to understand that they have to do a certain job to protect us, to protect themselves, and to protect the person from themselves if necessary. So it's not necessary to put them in jail because they're doing their job in that moment.
You know, I agree 100%. It's not necessary to put them in jail for doing their job, but it is necessary to put them in jail for abusing their job or for making a mistake, continuous mistakes. We didn't say that they shouldn't be able to have a split second and they can't shoot people, they can't murder people. If it's found unjust, then it's unjust, and they need to be prosecuted.
Oh, shut up.
The question was, should police officers be charged criminally for killing citizens? We didn't say justified or unjustified. Dan just gave Rob that argument. So, Sporty, you're not going to win, but let's just go for shits and giggles.
I didn't think I was, you know.
You're not, but here's the good part. You're not losing as bad as you were initially. Initially, he's blowing your ass out the water. All right. Actually, there's only one other question, and we still need to get an answer on that tiebreaker. I mean, that one that nobody could answer. I mean, that's the one that she was undecided about. But anyway, Sporty, Rob, you are no. Actually, it's 2 more. And Sporty, you are yes. Okay, so you're the affirmative, Sporty. Rob, you're the negative. Sporty, women hold the power in relationships.
Women hold the power in relationships because we are more intelligent creatures. That is proven because we mature faster. We understand how to nurture. We understand how to take care of the home. We understand how to take care of the man. We understand how to support, and we understand how to maintain the family while you're trying to maintain outside of our home.
Rob.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's obvious that they understand a lot of things, women. They understand quite a bit, but power and understanding, power and knowledge, in some instances go together, but the power in the relationship is the person that has the ability to influence the direction of the relationship, to influence the activity that happens in a relationship. And that's generally the man. That's generally the person who, in some form of fashion, whether it's good or bad, can influence the outcome, whether it be because of financial or because of his swag, because of his game, whatever the case is, the man generally has the power. Although you're smarter, it sounds like.
Sporty, did you want to rebut?
No.
No rebuttal from Sporty. Chan, Sporty said you win on that one.
Oh, wow.
What? He didn't say nothing about power. We understand. We
Yeah.
mature, and we understand.
I would disagree with her on this one. I
And
do
we
honestly
understand.
think that Rob people more. Yeah. Okay. So let's just go ahead and piggyback off of that last one. Rob, you're gonna be a yes, and Sporty, you're gonna be a no.
Mm-hmm.
Men are smarter than women.
I'm a yes.
Yes.
You know, I can't lose at this point, and I think the smartest thing for me to do, because we have a cross section of individuals, is to say that I don't believe gender has anything to do with education, and this is proof that a man is smarter than the question being posed to him by this woman to put him out to section off that thing. So no, education and gender ain't got nothing to do with each other. Go ahead.
The fuck?
Sporty.
Yeah, just look like that.
Sporty.
Men are absolutely not smarter than women. Based on his response right there, lets you know they don't pay attention.
It was a double reverse.
I understand that. Men don't pay attention. They're not quiet and listen. Instead of listening, they talk. They get caught at things a whole lot more than women do. And
yeah, all of those points are relevant based on the discussions that we've had as many times as I've listened and caught you in those discussions. So I agree that obviously I don't listen and my male counterparts don't either. So yeah, there we go.
Rob, you won that one.
Double reverse. You see that?
14 to Sporty's 9.
14 9.
And we need you to break this tie. I mean, break that one on that you were undecided on, which is the social networking. Wait, I gotta find it again.
Yeah, social networking.
Are social networking sites good for our society?
They need to re-argue it.
Okay, again, we're gonna re-argue it. Sporty had yes, Rob had no. Go, Sporty.
social networking is a very good vice for people to have. You get to find long lost relatives. It's good for promoting businesses. You can use it for communicating with small groups of networkings like churches, committees, groups, interpersonal, relationships with, special types of communities. It works to keep people connected where you wouldn't be connected if you didn't have that area to build.
Rob?
Again, my point is that it creates an air of, it takes the social aspect out of being social. And the question is it good for our society? Our society is less social than ever. These things are impersonal. And this is what we need more of. We need more of when you walk out the door, you know your neighbor, instead of you texting him or hitting him on Facebook and he's right across the fucking street. So no, it is not good for the society. It is making the society so unsocial that it's an oxymoron in itself.
Okay.
The bottom line is this. Oh, okay. Well, you let us have it.
Oh, yeah, you do get a rebuttal. I'm sorry.
The bottom line is this. You have connections that you would have lost for your entire life if you did not have social media. You may have never seen that grandmother, that family member, that classmate, or anything if you had not had social media come into existence.
Shan?
Okay. So Both were great arguments. I will say that.
Come on, girl. We ain't got that much time.
I give it to sport. Even though Rob's argument was great, very concise, Sporty's argument was better.
In the chat, they're saying Sporty wins, Rob. So it's so right now, Rob has 14, Sporty has 10. So Rob, you win the bragging rights. Shannon's gonna come up with what you win, other than the bragging rights to get to talk shit. She gets to sit there with the I ate ass face. Look at how I'm right now. Okay, other topics, other things that we've talked about so far. You know, chemical castration, Muslim building a Islamic mosque near Ground Zero, snooping on your mate, sexual orientation, are you born gay, drinking age, high school students being able to have childcare if they have children. Some of the stuff, all these stuff that we went over, is there something that you wanted to expand on that you didn't get an opportunity, or you wanted to give your own personal opinion based on the opposite argument that you had to give based on this exercise? Any other stuff that we went over?
Sporty?
Well, no, you know, one of the questions Rob asked was, or you asked, I think it was about the who pays for the
drug test.
Yes.
Random drug test.
School fees. Your school fees pay for it. I mean, and that just happens to be something that I know.
What do school fees normally pay for?
School fees pay for a whole bunch of things that they shouldn't. Usually it's supposed to pay for books or your yearbook or different, things that are class related for that particular student. But if something comes up in your particular educational file that you have to be drug tested or something of that nature, it comes out of your school fees.
I don't think that I agree with Rob on that whole thing.
Oh, absolutely.
First of all, my kids, you need a warrant to test me if I get pulled over for a DUI. In order to get any of my bodily fluids, anything that comes from me, you need to get my permission. And as a child, I can't consent, so you can't take it. Whether that's my blood, whether that's my urine, whether that's my virginity. You can't take it unless I give it to you.
Agreed.
And so I think it's, if a parent decides that they want to have their child drug tested, then the onus is on you, parent. They have those drug testing kits right in CVS, Walgreens, Rexall, they have them in the drugstore for you to go ahead and buy. I don't think the school should be responsible for educating your kids, feeding your kids, babysitting your kids, drug testing your kids. I mean, it's like, come on. At what point are the parents responsible for their children anymore?
Now, I have a comment on that one with the drug testing of the kids. I think if a child has been caught with drugs, dealing drugs, or being a drug addict on school grounds, that he or she should be subjected to the drug testing, because then you put the other kids in jeopardy or in danger by having that type of element around, and other kids can't learn. Now, if they want to continue to stay inside of that school, then they should be randomly
tested. Now, let me ask you this. Should their parents now be responsible for footing that bill?
Absolutely.
They should.
Sure should.
And they do.
I think there's so much responsibility that goes to the parents when kids, we know, are willful and will do what the fuck they want to do. You can teach your kid everything, the quote unquote right way to do stuff, and you can, do whatever at home to keep them in line. They get out in the street and they act the mofo fool, and now you held responsible for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, who else is supposed to be held responsible for?
What happens in that situation, though, is they do get expelled and they have alternative schools, and those alternative schools have different rules and regulations.
And that's what I'm referring to, the package that we have them sign in the alternative schools.
Yeah, and then there's totally different rules and regulations.
Oh, yeah, if you end up in an alternative school, I'll bet you're off. It's kind of like the Audi home. It's like reform school.
Right.
You're lucky to still be getting the education at this point. All right. In the chat room, they wanted us to reverse the question about does size matter? So it has a male slant to it. They want to know, do men prefer loose or tight? But I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I ain't no man,
Right.
but I will venture to go out on a limb and say tight. That's my final answer. I'm not phoning a friend.
Okay.
I think Sporty's argument holds true for both sides, that you got to feel it, you know, and that's the key. You got to feel it. If ain't no walls, I mean, I'd much rather swim in a pool than the ocean, you know, because at least I can hit the sides when I want to.
Hashtag that shit. Hashtag it, Sporty. He rather
Gotcha.
swim in a pool than an ocean.
I'd rather swim in a pool than an ocean.
Yeah. Oh,
that's classic.
Wow.
That's classic. He's saying not necessarily. Sometimes tight ones make you come too quick. That's not my fault. That's your fault. That's your fault that you come too quick. How's that her fault? How's that her fault?
It's not.
Yeah, you can't pass the buck on that one. In terms of chemical castration, I think that if you have, especially if you're somebody that we know for certain did it, you were caught in the act raping somebody, you know, whatever the case, we got your, you know, I think that beyond a reasonable doubt, and if you weren't found guilty on circumstantial evidence, absolutely, you should be castrated. There's too many women out here and men giving away sex for free for you to go and take.
Yeah, and fuck somebody's life up like that. That's why they should be treated totally different, you know, because you fucking a person's mind up mentally. Some folks don't come back from that. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't. You murdered the person that they were before that incident. So they are literally reborn into a new life. They'll never, ever be the same. So you murdered that person. So you should murder any chance of you ever fucking anyone ever again.
Absolutely.
That's what I think you should do to you.
Absolutely.
All right. In terms of, let's see here. Gold digging being good or bad.
Oh.
You know what? Here's the thing. This is the shit that kills me. Men always want to put labels on women to make them feel bad about shit that they do in response to men. You know, y'all want to be the providers. Y'all say that y'all supposed to be the head of the household, the providers, and this, that, and the other. But then when a woman goes looking for a provider, then it's like, oh, she a gold digger. What the fuck? You can't win. Who the fuck? You know, especially if you're a boy and you got a man and you have daughters, you're not teaching your daughter, go out there and get that average Joe. You're not teaching her to go out there and get the average job. You're not teaching her to go out there to be average herself. So why should she now look for why should she dig for gold? Matter of fact, dig for platinum. Dig for, you know.
And see, that's where, and that's where I have a slightly different view as a father of daughters. And you can ask them. I don't think I've ever told them what to look for in a man outside of what I show them as an example of a man. I'm not telling them. I've got independent children that I'm developing, so they can do what they need to do on their own. They got their own goals and ambitions, and they should find a man that is very similar with similar goals and ambitions. But you don't just chase a motherfucker for what he got. If you fall in love with a motherfucker who has a bunch, that's cool. If you want to be in a certain circle with motherfuckers that are doing things, then that's cool. But don't just chase a motherfucker because he got paper and you just really love him.
You shouldn't chase anybody for anything. Money, love, attention, anything. The situation is you don't want, anytime you hitch your wagon to something, whether it be a job, a person, whatever, you want it to change your life for the better.
Correct.
You want it to be in a better position than you were before you attached yourself to it. And same thing with the man. Now, in terms of you sitting there, I'm only looking at dudes in this particular thing, but you have to understand, though, people miss this. When you travel in a certain circle, that's all you're going to be around. So if you've been rolling with dudes that make money, you only going to be around dudes that make money. So it's going to appeal to the outside person, but to the outside person who's labeling you, it appears that way. But because that's not their reality. They don't know what it's like to be around a bunch of movers and shakers and millionaires and trillions. You know what I'm saying? They don't get that. So they think you're a gold digger. The reality is this is my circle.
It was your circle, right?
Exactly.
Right. Because
So,
folks have flocks of feather, flocks of them things, birds that fly together.
right. And I ain't I don't want the low-hanging fruit.
But
I'm just saying.
But you know
what? You wanted the low-hanging fruit. Make up your mind.
Go ahead, Chan.
You know what burns me about it is that men peacock themselves to be that gold for that gold digger, and then get mad when the gold digger is digging for gold. The gold digger is digging for gold. They buying the hot car. They got on the fresh gear. They got on this. They got on that, and they do all. They work 20 hours a day so they can have all these things, so they could be attracted to the woman. And now you're mad because the woman is attracted to that. Mm-hmm. That's the part that burns my butt.
That's what I said. They try to hold us accountable for us. They put a label on us because now they, But here's the thing. It's always the motherfucker who ain't got no gold that's calling somebody a gold digger. The dude with the gold don't give a fuck that the bitch is after him for his money. He don't care.
The outsider looking in is like, that's a gold digger. They looking at the person with the gold, and it's a mess.
And then what was another thing that we talked about that I wanted to touch on before I went into the letter? Because I want you guys
to police officers.
Nah, that goes without saying. You kill an unarmed person who is not resisting in any way, shape, or form. Your ass you did commit murder, period. End of story. I don't care what color they are. I don't care anything. Now, I understand sometimes things get a little sketchy. You don't know if they reaching for something. I get that. If they're reaching for something. But clearly, if they're like this, there's no reason. They're not a threat, especially if their back is to you, or they're laying down, or they're pressed up against the vehicle. The threat has abated. There's no reason for your instinct as a police officer is to shoot to kill. You have a whole 10-pound, 15-pound, 20-pound belt around you with a whole bunch of shit on it. You got tasers, you got the billy club, you got flashlights, you got this, you got a whole bunch of shit before you get to your weapon. And if that's the first thing, and then when you use your weapon, you're shooting to kill. You're shooting to kill. That's your first instinct, not to bring this person in. Chan posted something that I've been saying for a very long time. You let this motherfucker who blew up fucking New York, you don't kill his ass.
Right.
But you gonna kill this motherfucker over here. The motherfuckers who did the Boston bombing, you ain't kill that motherfucker. Why? Because this is some bullshit. It's some calculated bullshit. I'm just saying. I said to her the other day too, and it's off the subject. It's amazing. You can't find Pookie to pay his child support, but you found this motherfucker that's been hiding in plain sight in 2 minutes after he caused some shit. You can find out that his wife that left the country the day before. All kind of shit you can find out right now. But you didn't see that shit coming. But you can't find Pookie who $50,000 in the rears. Fuck y'all. Anyway.
I got one thing to say, because I always put a little bit of light bulbs out here. I remember back, who was it, Rodney King, when they beat his ass? They would beat motherfuckers with billy clubs and shit first. Then they got away with it. Then they started shooting motherfuckers, and they got away with it. Mm-hmm. Imagine what's next.
Well, you remember they were lynching first and got away with it. Then the billy club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But modern day, yeah.
But here's the thing. Wait a minute. Let's look at it like this. Let's even progress it a living forward. Let me fill in a couple of the more blanks before I do the thing. Lynching, billy clubs, mass incarceration.
Yeah.
Then shooting them.
Then shooting.
So anyway, let's go to the Ask PDA letter, shall we? Let me go ahead and play this disclaimer. So yeah, let me get that out the way. Here we go, y'all.
At some point, you will be offended by something said on our show, but Playing Devil's Advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of our hosts or the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly ourselves. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Today's Ask PDA letter is being brought to you by our producer's drink of the week, Cranberry Kamikaze. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, please go to facebook.com/playing devil's advocate. Click the link, try out the drink, and let Cousin Chan know what you think. Also, if you are interested in having your letter read here for our Ask PDA segment, all you have to do is send us an email to pda.radio@gmail.com. That's pda.radio@gmail.com. And in the subject, put Ask PDA letter or just Ask PDA. And when we read it, we will let you know when we're going to use your letter on air so that you can be here, listen, and give us your 2 cents or answer any subsequent questions that we may have to your letter. Here's today's letter. Remember, Rob and Sporty, you're going to be debating this one like you did the last one. And who went yay last time?
Don't matter. Give her what you think she can do best at.
Sporty, you pick before I tell the letter. Say you want to argue yes or no.
Who's it from, a girl or a guy?
I'm not telling all that. Sporty, do you want to go yes or no? Did we lose her? Unmute her.
You muted.
I'm no.
Okay,
no.
she's going to no. Rob, you're going to be yes. All right. Here we go. Dear PDA, cute. I'm a single mother of 3 girls, ages 12, 5, and 3. Yes, they all have the same father, which is part of my dilemma. When my oldest daughter was 2, her father and I broke up and we were apart for 7 years. He's always been a good father, so we never lost contact with each other. Well, a couple of years later, he became engaged and got married. The problem is, I was 7 months pregnant with our second child when he married. 2 years after he was married, I gave birth to our third child. Despite my family's urging, I firmly believe that I should not be the one to tell his wife about his 2 other children. The girls are getting older and want to spend more time with their father, not to mention that sometimes I just need a break. After all this time, he still can't bring himself to tell his wife. The younger 2 kids have never been to his house, and when he does come around to see them or to take them somewhere, it's only for a few hours at a time, maybe a couple of days out of the month. I definitely do not want to break up their marriage if it comes to that, but I need help with these kids. PDA, what should I tell his wife? Signed, can't do this by myself. So, Sporty, should she tell the wife?
She has no relationship with that woman. Her relationship is with her ex-husband, the father of her children. That is where her business is. She needs to have the conversation with her ex-husband, and she needs to have that conversation with him alone. There is no conversation between her and the ex-wife, period.
Okay. Rob.
Well, I would have to assume that a conversation has been had already. I mean, they got 2 more kids and she's expressing some frustration. She wants some help. And the thing that disturbs me most is that the first child, the wife's aware of. So obviously the first child's been to the house, but then the other 2, how do you treat the other 2 children differently as a father of kids? How do you do that? I mean, that's some bullshit. So anyway, you should. No, I'm getting
focus on your answer.
Yeah, I am focusing. I'm focusing.
So saying yes, she's supposed to tell his wife.
I'm about to. Can I get my answer out? Jesus. So, although I lost my point now, it's not as dynamic as it would have been. But yeah, she needs to. Fuck my flow up. Yeah, you need to tell them, motherfucker, or at least have the kids knock on the door. Then, bottom line is that's their father, and the relationship needs to be exposed. He needs to be treating those kids the same. It's just that simple. And if they'd have let me go the right way to it, you'd have seen how it all connected. But yeah, you need to go ahead and check his ass.
Okay, y'all. Win that argument. Because here's the thing, I'm not gonna give you a rebuttal. I'm doing the rebuttal on this one. I want to see who they say wins, but I'm actually
How
going
can I win and you interrupted me? I didn't even get my point. I know what I can win.
Hush. It don't matter at this point because I actually have to give her some advice. You know what? Sporty is absolutely right. You shouldn't tell his wife shit. You ain't been talking to you weren't talking to that broad when you was fucking her husband. Why you all of a sudden want to talk to her now? You got a 12-year-old. So you have known about this woman for 12 years. Meanwhile, you've been smiling in her face, popping babies out behind her back. So what, now you need help with these kids? You didn't think about that before? My question to you is if the other child has been to the father's house, kids feel when they getting left behind and they know that's their daddy too. You've created a horrible situation, and it's him not telling his wife and all that other stuff. He's already proven to you that he's not a stand-up guy because he kept coming back to you, knocking you up, making other babies with you while he was married to somebody else and hiding these children from his wife. He's never going to do the right thing because he has no reason to. How you started is how you gonna finish. You started out being a single mother, you're gonna end up being a single mother, doing it all by yourself. Ill-gotten gains, mama. Ill-gotten gains. Go ahead. Anybody else want to comment? Let me see I'm reading in the chat room. Go ahead. What y'all want to say?
No, I was just going to say, now that we're done debating about it, I completely agree. She started this whole thing incorrectly. You pretty much summed it up. You can't possibly have anything to fucking say to her. This has nothing to do with her. This is all about you and your accountability for your children, let alone yourself, your children. How could you do that to them?
What kind of character dude is this? You know what I mean? You only see your kids when you come by their house, and then it's only a couple hours. And the only reason it's only a couple hours is because you got to explain that shit to your wife. And say, God forbid, somebody see you with 3 kids instead of 2. They be like, yeah, who was the other 2 kids that I saw Junior with when he was with, Lil Cheetah. You know what I mean? Whatever you name it. So now you got, but I'm with you, Rob. I'm with somebody in the chat room who said it would serve both of their asses right. Because see, now you're putting the 12-year-old in a position to be deceptive for you.
Yep.
Because now she can't even tell the her sisters. And how you want to explain that to a 12-year-old? Don't go over to your dad's house and say nothing about your sisters. What the fuck is that?
Exactly.
You create a horrible little mess. A horrible little mess. And
it's going to come out.
No, you shouldn't say anything to her. But damn it, I wouldn't feel bad I would feel bad for her that she had to find out this way. But I feel worse for these kids.
Yep.
2 of them don't know who their daddy really is. I mean, they know who he is, meaning that he exists. But he's not present. And then you put the other one in a position to lie to cover up some fuck shit you did.
They gonna find out.
Crazy. Anyway, I can't with you people today. Anybody else got some other stuff that they want to be? Let me read what they're saying in the chat room, because before I move on, because they seem to that the chat room lit up after that letter.
Okay, look at that.
They were like, wow, is he supporting the children? She wants to tell the wife, no monetary support equals child support. She never said she wasn't getting no money. She just said she need help. She already broke up the marriage, and he know what they were doing. She didn't break up his marriage. That's his responsibility. She is not the manager of his relationship. He is. That is his business with his wife. But what happens when the oldest child visits the house and tells the wife? She's getting older and will realize what's happening and that her siblings are not being treated fairly. Preach. He has some fault in it also. She is horrible. She wants to break up the marriage. Both do. He's just as guilty as she is. He's not off the hook at all. Messy. Very messy, and it's going to be nasty. And to be real, the wife might already know. But show you right, truth, shaking my head. I don't know if the wife knows, But I will say this. This is a nasty situation. Rob over there. Uh-oh. I don't know what emoji face that is.
Right. What face is
What
that?
emoji face is that, Rob?
I'm just here. That's the
Y'all
I don't know. I can't explain. That's the I'm just here face. But I mean, no, it's a sticky situation. It is a sticky situation. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I ain't got much to say right now.
You mad because I broke your flow? I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You'll give
I ain't
me
gonna pull a sporty though. I ain't gonna be whining about it. I'm just gonna sit here with this
Look,
emoji
I
face.
got your I ain't gonna pull a sporty with your 14 to 10 having ass. Hush up.
Shan.
Your baby mama took your side.
I'll be quiet before he have flashbacks or something else. A bone come flying out his mouth.
A what?
A bone. Skeletons in your closet.
I ain't worried about that. I ain't got shit to hide. Everybody know who I am. They know my life. It's an open book. So
This sound personal, so let's move on. They're saying we as women always find out, and most of us don't say anything. Yeah, I don't know about you not knowing or saying anything about 2 whole kids. I can't imagine. And I don't know what cultural background these people are from. But I can't imagine Shaniqua knowing about these other 2 kids and holding that shit to her vest. I just can't see that. Because y'all been married how long? What? 5 years?
5 years, yeah.
Y'all been married 5 years. What would make her think that while she's saying I do, you 7 months pregnant? Why would she think that?
You would be amazed at what Bonquisha will hold on to just to keep that man.
That's scary.
You will be amazed.
Well, you were absolutely right. Because guess what? This broad over here still what she's putting up with, having babies with a man that's married with somebody else, to try to hold on to him for whatever piece she can of him.
Exactly.
Because that was just the second child she had with him at the wedding. Before the wedding.
They had another baby after that, 2 years later.
2 years later. So, yeah. She had
I want to know why they broke up.
After.
I mean, because clearly y'all didn't break up. But I want to know why y'all broke Did y'all break up because he was already seeing old girl that he married?
Right.
And this is your way of getting back at old girl by popping out babies?
We need a continuation. We need to know some more details.
I'm sorry. We could go on forever and ever. Nobody really knows what the situation is. But I will say to you, to answer your question, hell no. It ain't your job to tell his wife a damn thing.
Right. Shut your face.
Period. Point blank. End of story. All right, guys. Is there anything that y'all want to get my point of view on? Because nobody asked me anything.
Nope, I was in my feelings.
Yeah, you were. Let's debate that.
You don't have to debate it. I didn't disagree.
What?
I didn't disagree.
Yeah, you are too she-emotional for me. I can't with you.
You can't with me, so get over it.
I can't. Rob, how do you do that?
What?
How do you live with a house full of women with all these goddamn emotions? I
don't deal with all that. Simone's the only one I deal with. I don't put up with nobody else's emotion. Asia's just like me, so I check her and she's cool. Then I ignore anybody else, and then Simone is the only one I pay attention to because I have to. She's 6, and I gotta train her to not be so emotional,
I'll give me a
I tell her she got to get over that shit. She can't just be holding on to shit and doing shit just cause she, feel bad. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I can't do the emotions. I don't know at what point I disconnected from emotions, but I can't.
When you and Chan became lifelong best friends as well as cousins.
That was way back. I wasn't completely devoid of emotion.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool to feel things because you're human. You should feel things, but you have to be able to keep your shit in check. Is what I'm saying. You can't wear your emotions on your sleeves, whatever the terminology is, and you can't Yeah, you just can't do that. You can't let everybody see how they get to you, and you can't try to impact every situation by acting a certain way. When you throw that out, it's so that people can respond to you a certain way. And that's what people get frustrated about. Nobody wants to deal with that. That's not the way to get your way. Let's talk about it. Don't act a certain way to get me to fucking react another way. So that's what I have to explain to the 6-year-old.
Wow, he just equated you to a 6-year-old. What are your final thoughts, your takeaway for tonight's show, Rob?
That at some point y'all fix that shit and try to make her catch up with me. Other than that, it was pretty fun. It was fun. It was fun trying to figure out, because a lot of the shit I had a position on, my personal view was the opposite. So it was pretty fun.
All right. Sporty, you got any final words?
Yeah. Fuck Rob.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will say to you, my takeaway for you tonight is that whatever side of the coin you are on, have a clear understanding as to why you believe what you believe, and be able to articulate it to others. It may not be to persuade them to believe what you believe, but it may give them a better understanding of you and how to handle you and deal with you, right? So, take that with you in all ways of life. This political season, these hot button topics with people getting shot for no reason and things of that nature. Let your reason balance with your emotion, because a lot of times when you fall off your square and you're not being pragmatic, right? What's your other one, Rob? What was your other one? When we talking about the isms?
I had a few. Come on, just go with it.
Yeah, if you're not being any of those things and thinking things out, then you can actually do yourself way more of a disservice than anybody else ever could. Yeah. So think first, act later. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you guys next week. I believe y'all have something special, Rob and Sporty, on tap for them. I'm not going to say what it is, but we will see you guys next week, same bad time, same bad channel. Thank you to all our new listeners and viewers that we see in the chat room. Welcome aboard, and we'll see you next time. Make sure you share the stream. Follow us on social media. I'm Kiki_Richardson on Twitter, Kiki Richardson on Instagram, and I'm Kiki Richardson with the blue check mark on Facebook. That's Sporty Spunky Angel, who's Jams, JAMMS 86 on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And then the Rob Carter is Rob Carter IV. So Rob Carter 4 on Twitter and Instagram. And then on Facebook, what is it, Rob?
It's Rob Carter, or it's under the Rob Carter. If you look it up as the Rob Carter, it'll pop up my profile. And Snapchat, the Rob Carter.
Oh yeah, I'm on that too. I'm Richardson. Also, make sure you follow Cousin Chan on Instagram as Cousin Chan. She's the Original Truth on Twitter, DA Original Truth on Twitter, and she's Cousin Chan on Facebook. Keep your eyes open for the Adventures of Kiki and Chan. Keep your eyes open for Knowledge is Key, and we will see you guys. Oh, and check out Rob and his intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Get on the site before we get out of here, Rob.
It's ifxfitness.com. That's IFX Fitness, Intermittent Fasting Extreme Fitness.com.
All right. And to answer your question in chat, I'm Kiki Richardson on Periscope as well. Cousin Chan is Cousin Chan on Periscope. And Sporty is Jams 86 on Periscope. All right, guys, we got to go. Remember, we're always uncensored, unscripted, unapologetic. Until next time, TTFN, guys.
Peace out.